Boom. We're live. Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? Welcome to Wrestle Plunge live on a Sunday night. I know that says 6 Eastern. That's the normal time period. That is the usual time frame that I will be coming on here live. But tonight was a little bit different. I had something going on today. But I still wanted to do a show. So listen, we'll do 7:30 tonight. But the normal time frame, Sunday nights, 6 Eastern time, classic Memphis Wrestling. Right now we're working our way through 1989. Tonight we're going to be doing 2 episodes. April 29th, 89. And then it looks like either there was a week missed or this person didn't have the next week. We go to 5/13/89. But yes, welcome in everybody. I appreciate everyone for coming in. Hit the like ski here on the old YouTubes. Help me out. Help it get into the wrestling algorithm. I'm live on Twitch. I see Lisa hanging out on the Twitch side. Thank you, Lisa. And I see a lot of fine folks hanging out here on the YouTube side. Simi, Holly Berry, Tiff Knox, Bluebird, Ken Minner coming in here. Nice to see you. Let me get this in here so I can get the chat up for when I do want to pop up at least some of the YouTube chats. Oh, hold on. Wait. That's not what I meant to do. That's not what I meant to do. But is that right? There we go. Boom. Bluebird, Tiff Knox. We got it. We got it. Making sure I'm not missing anybody right quick. But yeah, Daniel, what's up? Welcome in here. Appreciate you. Yeah. Let's rock and roll. Let's get in here before we miss any more time. Again, we got 2 51-minute episodes. 1989, we've been working our way through. It's been really fun to watch so far, about halfway through the year, and I'm not exactly sure what we're doing next, if we're going to keep on rolling through Memphis into 90, or maybe we'll do something else I can get by with here on the YouTubes. We shall see. But let's go. Let me get the sound working here first and foremost. Hell yeah. What's up, Jamie? Welcome in here.
Jarrett in the ring right now with the Shadow as CWA Championship Wrestling is underway. Referee Jerry Calhoun watching the goings on. Jeff Jarrett drops down and covers. 1, 2, 3. Jeff Jarrett gets things going with a win here today. And a good one over the Shadow. Hello again, everybody. I'm Dave Brown along ringside here. We've got a big CWA Championship Wrestling show for you today. We are going to have the information later on in the program about the Cyclone Stampede you've been hearing about. Coming up today, Robert Fuller, Brian Lee.
We just jump in right on Jeff Jarrett beating the hell out of somebody.
Lots more coming up on Championship Wrestling. And very important announcement. Before we went on the air, Jeff Jarrett says he has a very important announcement which will be made not by him, but by gentleman Jimmy Golden. It has to do with his thing with Robert Fuller, and Fuller claiming that the territory really belongs to the Fullers and not the Jarretts.
Whoa, my favorite wrestler of all time is Terry Funk. Terry Funk is my favorite wrestler of all the times throughout the history of wrestling. God, I love the Funker. I love a lot of wrestlers, though, but I do really love Terry Funk. Yeah, Lisa on Twitch, I'm seeing you over here. Thank you very much for hanging out. Holding it down on the Twitch side. The Twitch side's hard. Twitch is hard.
Jeff Jarrett got a quick victory over the Shadow. Hear the music. There he is. Jeff Jarrett coming out right now.
Yeah, Taker, I think, still, unless he's lost it on on one of the bigger shows. If I'm not he won the unified title from Jerry Lawler. I think he's still the unified champion, and I think that Jarrett's the CWA champion, unless I'm forgetting something. Yeah, he's got the belt on. Oh man, Terry's the best. Love Terry. I do. I love a lot of guys though. Magnum TA right here. Love some Magnum.
You know, I came to you early about 30 minutes ago, and I told you to make the announcement that Jimmy Golden would be here. You know, last week on this show, Robert came out. He said that he was going to have a guy out here, so I knew I had to come prepared. And I thought all week I didn't know what to do, but lo and behold, Jimmy Golden, he gave me a call up. He said, Jeff, I've heard a lot of the talk that Robert's been saying, the different stuff he's been saying about the ownership of the territories. I want to come down and clear it up. I know the real.
Oh, there we go. Ric Flair, Kerry Von Erich, two great picks for all time.
More than happy for you to come down. I'll buy your plane ticket, whatever. I'll pay for your room. It doesn't, just whatever to get you down here. He said, "Don't worry about it, Jeff. I'll be there." Well, the time has come, Dave, and I guess all I can say is they got me. He said he'd be here, and he's not. But
we're gonna have Jimmy Golden turn him back into
I do want to tell you this.
Being with the stud stable. I sure hope so.
I can't talk my way out of this and prove to you and prove to the people the real truth, that I'm just going to take it in my own hands. Now, Dutch Mantel's been hollering and screaming about
Stone
a
Cold
CWA title shot, and he went to Eddie Marlin and said, what can I do to get a title shot? And he came to me, and I said, I'll sign a title match. But on that,
Pammy, what's up? I don't think she did. She ran away.
Mantel pinned his shoulders to the mat, 1, 2, 3. He's got to leave town. Well, Dutch wouldn't sign it. And I said, well, that's okay. That's fine. Mantel, you show up, and I'll give you this CWA title shot.
There we go. I'm a big Tommy Rich fan. I love some Tommy. He's wild.
Action Jackson, Dutch Mantel, and you, kingpin of them all, Robert Fuller. I'm going to go through them one by one.
Hell yeah, Lisa. Lurking over on Twitch.
Jimmy Golden, because we had looked for, again, I said, we thought we had it cleared up anyway, but that would have been nice to have Golden to tell us exactly what happened. Let's go to the ring right now. We've got more music.
That's Dutch, ain't it? That's Dutch. I've had a lot of fun watching Dutch in '89. I didn't know Jarrett worked in Ian's show. Shit, what year was that? That's crazy.
10-minute time limit match. Jerry Calhoun is the referee. Here we go. Mantel has to be. Dutch had something to say to the crowd along the way. They weren't too happy about it either. I don't know what he told them. Mantel has to be considered the favorite here. He's going against a big guy in Deuce Mason. Don't know a lot about Mason, but I do understand he has a background in football. So he does have some athletic background, no doubt about it. Look at that.
Wow. I did not know that, Lisa. That's interesting. Who did he work? Do you remember that?
He got him in the eyes. Poked him in the eyes. They shoves the referee back. Referee pushes him back. Way to go, Jerry. Mantel flirting with a $1,000 fine, shoving that referee.
I don't think I've seen this jobber yet. And I missed his name.
Points from the side of the neck. Possible submission, but Dutch doesn't stay on it very long. Instead, he elects to use that right fist.
Yeah, I set up my streams correctly tonight. I'm live on Twitch and YouTube. I think it was last week I fucked it up.
That was through the rope. Mantel over the top rope, down here on the floor, nails Deuce Mason with a right fist down in front of the table here. Referee stalling the count. He's at 4. And
there's a bunch, actually. A lot of pro football players from the 60s and 70s turned into good wrestlers. Ernie Ladd. I'm going blank, but there's a fuck ton. I think Dick Murdoch, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. There's a shit ton. I need JR to come in here and help me out, but there are a lot of crossovers. Can't forget Dennis Rodman, huh? Greatest of all.
Yeah, we want, how about it? Aren't I doing good? Few people in the crowd agreed with him.
Wow. Thanks for this article.
Dutch Mantel. Really working on
Wow.
here.
I might make a video out of that. I've never heard of that one. That's interesting. Thanks for that.
Bateman on his feet, throws the right hand. Here it comes.
Wow.
Look at him go against
Sounds about right.
Mantel, not backing up from him at all.
Ian not paying somebody.
My goodness gracious.
Yo, Galactic Wrestling Federation, welcome in here.
8 feet. And a mistake like that will cost you.
We're in the middle of Dutch beating the piss out of somebody.
When you're going against a guy like Dutch Mantel. Mantel loses
Yeah, Steve McMichaels, that's a good one. That's right.
initiative, taking control of the match.
Super Bowl
He
champion.
had it early.
Part of the
Here's
Four
cover.
Horsemen.
1, 2. Yeah, he got him this time. Dutch Mantel.
Yeah, Wahoo McDaniels, I think, actually.
On a serious mistake made by Deuce Mason.
There is a fuck ton. Lex Luger, Brian Pillman, Jack W. coming through.
2 minutes 38 seconds.
Glenn Shelton coming through.
Now coming out here
There are a
right
fuck
now.
ton.
Robert Fuller with Sylvia. Celebration. Yeah, and he won it. He won it, no doubt about it.
Every time. You know something, Jeff Jarrett? I heard Fair Fawcett's calling for you out in the back, boy, somewhere. You better get out there and talk to her. Man, are you living in a fantasy dreamland, punk? Let me tell you something. You think my beloved cousin would spend 10 seconds of his time fooling with you? You got a wrong thing coming, son. A lot of these dudes out here think
Fader.
Jimmy Golden's got some differences because we're not tag team anymore. Baby, our family sticks together. And you think, Jared, you're going to be able to come out, baby, and stum up a bunch of lies and get Jimmy Golden a bad name in front of all these people? That's a great big joke. Because you're standing right where you was before. By yourself. You ain't got no stable. You don't have a bunch of good men.
That'd be cool, Lisa. I appreciate it.
And who are organized, baby,
I love stuff like that.
I do. And I got one of them right here. And I'm talking about a man that you want to challenge in a loser
I hear it
league.
thundering. We're about to get a
I don't
storm.
believe that, Dutch. We made these challenges for loser league.
Robert,
What's up,
I want
Jersey
you to
Jan?
wait this for me. Robert, did we ask Eddie Marlin or not? Say, I want a shot. I don't care what it is. Make it a loser league town. What did Eddie do? What did Eddie Marlin do? He liked to drop down of a heart attack.
The death that punk was going to be run out of here.
And I said, I almost got down on my hands and knees like this.
You did.
And I said, Eddie, please make it a loser leave town. He said, I can't do it, Dutch, because Jeffrey might lose. That's right, Jeffrey might lose. So when he
Is that his
comes
shoot
out there and
wife?
says, he asked for it. No, he
I didn't
asked
know
for
that.
nothing. And I'm going to tell you what. I've had sleepless nights and long days thinking about my belt that Jeff Jarrett stole from me right here on this television just a short while ago. And it's a proven fact, Jeff Jarrett is a thief, like his daddy, like his mama, like everybody else in his whole family. But I'm going to tell you, when you thieve, it comes
I think he used to have a red one.
and when I get you in a ring, Jeff Jarrett, it's
When he's in
gonna be
WCW,
for
if I'm
my
not
belt,
mistaken,
and
but-
I'm going to take it, and I'm going to be like Tone Loc. I'm going to say, let's do it.
The man is going to take that punk out. But I'll tell you,
Dutch Mantel just quoted Toad Look. Let's do it. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom.
I'm not going to get back.
Funky Cole Medina. What is happening?
I'm going to give you a man, and I'm going to tell you who it is right now.
That's 1989 right there.
Side my side of this story and going to tell you exactly what happened. And it ain't
I like shit like that too. That's a good bit of trivia.
I'm gonna let
Interesting.
my way all the way to the bank with my beloved
I wanted to say Dr. Death, I wasn't sure, but I don't know if he just did college or if he played some pro ball also.
Fuller and Mantel and Sylvia there. We'll take a break. We got more.
Dude, yeah, the new stud stable is pretty fire. Pretty fun to watch.
Coming in May, the Renegade.
We're almost in May. The next episode will be May 13th. At least in this playlist.
Hello everyone, I'm Roger Webb at Championship Wrestling with a reminder that on Sunday,
like we're
May
missing
7th,
one or
we're going to
something.
be in Cannleton, Indiana, right there at the gym at 3 p.m., sponsored by the JCs.
I saw Cody Rhodes won the King of the Ring.
IGA, the
I watched the match, actually. It was a good
Bank
match.
of Tell City, Kentucky. Also, pick up your tickets at the Tell City National Bank. You're going to see Dutch Mantel, Jeff Jarrett, and a big Cyclone Stampede
Wild
match.
thing.
Then this Wednesday, Owensboro Sports Center, listen to this card.
Yeah, it all looks
A big
fun, man.
CWA tag title match. You're going to see the Mason-Dixon
Is he still
connection
alive?
against Brian
Is
Lee.
Tone
and
Loc
Robert
still
Fuller
alive?
in
I'm checking.
Sylvia. A big CWA title match between Jeff Jarrett and Dutch Mantel.
Put on my banner during these
Of the
moments.
evening, it's going to be a lights-out match. No time limit, no disqualification. Humongous against the Master of Pain and Roddy P. Gossett IV. Tracy Smothers will be in town for this one.
That's right, Tracy.
Tone Loc is still alive, 59.
Pendleton, May 7th, and I hope to God you're there, Robert Fuller, because I'll tell you something. Me and Tracy have a score to settle with you. Right there in Owensboro, we got a title match. And it's not just going to be a title match. It's going to be payback time for Brian Lee and Robert Fuller. Tell him, Tracy. Hold this right here. Let me tell you something, Robert Fuller. You thought it was over, didn't you? You think you bloodied me up and you dropped me on my head and you think I'm all done? You're wrong, Daddy. I'm a southern-born, southern-bred, thoroughbred. Guaranteed not to rust, bust, collect dust, bend, break, or splinter. And it'll be a cold day in July before a bunch of nothing happening, slimy.
Love a Tracy promo, though.
This old country boy down in Owensboro, Kentucky. You come out here talking about how big and bad your stable is. Well, I'm gonna lay it on you like this, Jack. We ain't 6'7", and we
Loved
ain't 300
Lance.
pounds, but the good Lord gave us 2 fists.
And yeah, right now in '89, yeah, yes.
So you show up in Owensboro because I'm gonna return the favor. I will guarantee you that. So be there.
Oh shit, Jersey Jen coming through, showing some love tonight. A super chat, $2. Thank you so much. Son of a bitch. We'll ring the bell for her.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
I'll go full Bill Dundee, brother. Thank you so much, Jersey Jen. I appreciate it.
And that's this Wednesday in Owensboro.
I used to in high school.
One ball, 10-minute time limit.
I wrestled.
Coming up here, Robert Fuller up at ringside talking.
Dude,
to
yeah,
one
Nash
of
was a
your
basketball
members of the
player.
Star Stable, Detroit Demolition, 315-pounder out of Detroit, Michigan. Sylvia also over in that corner.
Dude, love
Across
Tracy.
the way, out of Memphis, Tennessee, David Johnson. David weighs in at 203 pounds, and I'm afraid maybe
Love Tracy,
very
dude.
much overmatched
I got to meet Tracy a few different times, and every time he was cool as fuck.
here today, giving away over 100 pounds to Detroit Demolition.
Jersey Jen, love you. Thank you,
Since he's been
seriously.
around here has really beaten up some people. Look at David Johnson though coming back.
So right here we got the first Demolition smash, right?
And everything, huh? Demolition with a headbutt of his own puts David Johnson
Dude.
down to the mat.
That was the hottest part of this whole year. That was hot.
Johnson fired into the ropes.
Hottest baby faces in the territory. In any territory, I would argue.
Demolition slides a knee off the forehead. David Johnson. Tried to
David
hit with a right
Johnson.
fist. It was partially blocked by Demolition. Upper arm. David Johnson again hits the mat.
What was his name? His name was Demolition Detroit, right? Or Detroit Demolition. Either way, you can just call him Demolition, and it's like, whoa, shit, we got
Going for that variation on
a
the
Demolition member here
he's so fond of.
in Memphis.
He's made this work, let me tell you.
Dude, that would actually be dope as hell. If we get to a point with this channel that I can get a sparkly robe, then
Ring the bell, says the
hell
referee.
yes.
Johnson, a victim of that Japanese sleeper variation that Detroit Demolition has just put on him, and now there he is, glaring at the camera with that painted up area around his eyes and everything. Referee trying to help David Johnson out of Johnson, waking up very, very slowly as he leaves the ring area right now. Detroit Demolition, 1:23 gets the victory. Hey, we got some folks that they're going to be coming back to arenas around the territory in the coming weeks. Take a look at them and talking about Pat Tanaka and Paul Diamond, Bad Company.
oh shit, Bad Company's coming in. I'm gonna have to go through this. I don't want this to get flagged because of the song. But Bad Company's coming in. I'm here for that. The Orient Express. Oh God, to fuck it up. Pat Tanaka and was it Paul Diamond? Yeah. Oh my God.
Championship Wrestling will be in Kettleton, Indiana on Sunday.
This guy has no pizzazz at all. That's right. That's right. Better as Moondog Rex. Also, Glenn, I think.
Citizens Bank of Tell City, Kentucky, the Tell City National Bank.
Dude, that's what they are, though. Demolition suits are 100% perv suits.
Cyclone Stampede match. Then
Bunch of
tonight,
sex pervs.
Owensboro, Kentucky, 8 p.m. at the Owensboro Sports Center. Listen to this. A big CWA tag title match between the Mason-Dixon Connection, Brian Lee, Robert Fuller with Sylvia. A big CWA title match between Jeff Jarrett and Dutch Mantel.
Dude.
Listen to this big main event match. It's a good one. Lights out match. No time limit. No disqualification. Humongous versus the big Master of Pain. And yes, Roddy P. Gossett IV will be at ring.
Damn, that's Sid Vicious versus The Undertaker in 1989. That's WrestleMania 13. Fucking 8 years previous. That's cool. That would have been a wild match to see. Like, that would have been, you know, Lord Humongous was wearing the mask, whatever. That's fucking Sid. Like,
that's this Wednesday, Owensboro, Kentucky, at the Sports Center.
Standing in the ring right now.
That's right.
Waiting their opponents. Here they come. The Stud Stable.
oh, and now we got the primetime Brian Lee has turned heel on us. Now he's a bad guy. Teamed up with the Stud Stable, Ron Fuller. Took the money. Wasn't getting paid enough to eat by the Jarretts. And had to take some extra handouts to make his way through the day, through the week.
Match coming up here. Robert Fuller and Brian Lee. Boy, a couple of big guys. They weigh in at about 501 pounds total weight. Fuller, the Tennessee stud out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Brian
Bob
Lee,
Neal, what's up?
Yeah,
I like me some
Florida,
Lance Russell now. Yeah, he's in WCW at the moment for a brief little run. Again, this is April 29th, 89.
Yeah, there we go. That was a little sick over here. It has sounded, however.
Dude, I do dig some Memphis.
Brian Lee taking Frankie the Thumper Lancaster down to the mat. Couple of good athletes facing each other here.
Dude, he's killing it.
Lancaster and Lee.
Loving his work here so far. Him and Dutch absolutely have been the MVPs for me. Seeing Steiner's been fun.
Robert Fuller with some words of encouragement for
Seeing Taker's been fun. It's been a fun run so far. We're just now approaching the halfway point.
Under tag team rules, you have to stay in the corner and keep at least one hand.
Remember, Frankie Lancaster was part of the Stud Stable at the beginning of the year. Now he's turned full face.
Brian Lee nailed him with a big right hand across the chest. It didn't phase Lancaster. Lancaster glared at him as he came walking off those ropes. Robert Fuller was telling Lee, hey, good job. You really hurt him that time. Lancaster steps over and popped Brian Lee in the back of the head. As if to say, look, you want to play rough? I can do it too. Fuller jumped in there and complained to the referee about his man being hit from behind. It was legal. Frankie Lancaster back under the ropes. Brian Lee fires him across the ropes.
And Frankie's a good hand, though. He's been a great worker.
Lancaster getting it going here.
About every match we've seen him in, he's been fun to watch.
One count's all he got.
He's kind of plain. I mean, he's a middle-of-the-road guy, I think.
Quickly puts the shoulders down again. This time again, he gets a one count. Brian
He's got a place, man. He's tagging up with what looks like an absolute jobber, though.
The referee to step in between them. Hey, wait a minute. I'm halfway
86, born in October 86.
Brian Lee stays in there. Frankie Lancaster over to the corner, makes the tag on Chris Frazier. Chris with the least experience of any of the wrestlers in the ring right now. And also the smallest. Now Fuller comes in after the tag. They double teamed on that exchange.
Fuller coming in now. Yeah.
Into the ring post, into the turnbuckles, rather. Fuller puts that big boot to the midsection.
Yeah, Jerry Calhoun did this for a really long time. I'd like to, I can look it up, but I wonder how long he really stayed Reffing here weekly. How much did he get paid? Jesus, this was his life. Oh, nice.
Chris Frazier staggered here by Brian Lee. Lee throwing that right forearm at him.
Seeing the good shit.
Way to the corner, get the tag on Frankie Lancaster. He got it. The referee didn't see it. Referee was trying to get Fuller back outside, and he sent Frankie Lancaster back outside.
Okay, the old boot to the head, Russian leg sweep. Oh shit, and he's gonna come off on him. Okay, I like that. A one step up diving elbow. Wasn't the prettiest, but I liked it. I've never seen him do it before. Probably won't see him do it again. Always have a decent little match on the shows usually.
I tell you, that missed tag was very, very costly as Lancaster was unable to get in there due to Fuller's.
Let's get my whole stable out here. Let me have all my boys out here.
Getting everybody out here now.
Enough right now, I think.
Getting the stable.
You know, I heard about Tracy's mother. That's a touching moment. I know the crowds are real happy about it. Tracy's mother showing back up. I just hope Tracy's mother don't turn out like Jimmy Golden and be a no-show. But if he does, I don't know how long Tracy's mother's going to be healthy. Boy, I got y'all out here because I want to talk to you a little bit about my beloved CWA. This territory that belongs to me. I got a piece of film here, baby.
God, dude.
It shows your daddy.
That is rare.
Most. And rather me stand here and babble, baby, put it on.
All right, let's see it.
Being a third-generation wrestler, having been the son of my father, Buddy Fuller,
Slow and stupid. What's up? Welcome in here.
For years and years and years, and established himself along with this gentleman I'm sitting next to who needs no introduction, but I'm going to tell you, this is the great Nick Goulis, probably the greatest promoter of all time. I am privileged today to be sitting beside this man and to clear up a very important problem, because everyone knows that I've told them weeks ago that CWA belongs to my family, and I maintain to get it back. I want to clear up the issue right now of what kind of man Jarrett is. Does he belong in CWA, or did he steal it? What kind of man is he, Nick?
And let me tell you, I known Jarrett when he started, when he come out of a little place over there working in a bicycle shop.
A bicycle shop?
That's right.
That's awesome.
In a bicycle shop, and I put him in the wrestling business and made him what he did. And truthfully, if anybody deserves the wrestling business, as far as the promotion, I think you deserve it better than anybody, because your grandfather was my partner for 42 years. That's a long time.
That's correct.
And we had a lot of good times together, and we made good money together. Roy's dead and gone now, but I'll tell you, I think his nephews and his grandchildren should inherit what his daddy should have.
Well, I think you're right, Nick. I think if Roy's laying over there in Dyer, Tennessee, in his grave...
Damn. Nick Goulis died in January of 91. He died like a year and a half after this.
Face down, because if he's been shambled for his business by a jerk good-for-nothing like Jarrett, I want to clear up right now that without a doubt that, Jarrett, you can bring up papers, man, and you can show them to the end of the world where you paid my father. You can say what you want to, but I think right now we've cleared up the whole situation, because people know in this area, Welch and Goulis, for years and years and years, the greatest promoter living on the face of the earth right now is sitting right next to me right here, and I'll tell you what, it's a happy day for me, because one day I want the opportunity to be just half the promoter that you are, Nick Goulis.
You deserve, I know, 4 good times.
Oh, dude, that shit was fucking super good, Jamie.
JJ stole Memphis from me.
I remember that well, being a kid.
Lance Russell was doing the commentating, and was doing the announcing.
That's dope.
Mm-hmm. Then he stole Chattanooga from me. He stole Birmingham from me and a bunch of other times. I can't name them, I got so many of them. So that's why I say if anybody deserves to inherit the territory or deserves the cities to promoting. You deserve it, Robert.
Well, thank you, Nick, and I can say it. Thank you for your time, and I'm going to tell you something there, and you remember it, Jarrett. You don't shamble people out of what belongs to them. You don't bring phony papers out in front of us, baby, and try to tell these wrestling fans out here who owns what, that right here we have cleared up the message. You bring that punk out here to fool with my business again, brother, and I'm going to promise you one thing, that punk of yours is going to wind up two ways. He's going down to the hospital, and he's going to stay there a long time, or I got a long box I'm going to put him in and sink him in the ground. He's not getting what's mine, Nick.
That's exactly right. You're right.
Dude, this segment's
you have to hurt him bad,
awesome.
You better do it to take your business. Because
Yeah, Fuller's been a highlight of 89 for us.
Roy Welch and I, which was my partner for 42 years, he deserves to give his grandchildren this kind of business.
That's it. Closed issue. That settles it.
Sounds like Nick's having some trouble with his memory, too, huh?
Hey, whatchamacallit? Let's straighten it out right now, baby. My CWA, my beloved CWA. That's where it's going to stay, boys. We own this place. What do you think about it, Steve?
Yeah, the Dirty White Boy. I know him from Smoky Mountain, so.
CWA, my beloved CWA.
Get him out of here. Well, what can you say?
Gossett's not out here.
More CWA Championship Wrestling.
Thanks everyone for hanging out. Appreciate it. If you have not subbed up, please do so. Make sure you're aware of everything going on here in Publicly Buzz. I drop a lot of videos. Trying to go live every Sunday at 6 Eastern. A little bit late tonight.
For description of this match.
Grabs Humongous, picks him up,
Oh shit.
slams him on the table, picks the Master Pain up again, headbutt, down goes the Master Pain, a bloody mess. Now Humongous gets right around, throws him out.
Sid though, again looking like a sex perv.
What a lick.
Taker got some juice.
Stars in the Master Pain's eyes.
This is really wild though.
Come back. Trading rights, one right. I can take what you throw at me. Here comes Steiner and Lancaster. These guys would kill each other. Well, they're edging back toward the dressing room area as everybody follows them.
Well, that's how you finish that. That seems about right.
Of the ring area altogether, we're out in the crowd here at the Coliseum.
No, he's heel.
Well, the referee stopped the match, but it looks like
Pervy
Master
Sid.
Pain didn't maybe do as well as you expected.
There we go. Still got the belt. The unified title.
Get the same tape I am. We beat that steroid king like a stepchild. And what do they do?
Speak of the devil, Gossett, and he shall appear.
Make up for the idiot. Well, I'll tell you one thing. They stick their nose in our business again, and they're going to feel the wrath of Ronnie Gossett. The Master of Pain is the champion. We don't need any help. He needs the help.
I tell you what.
I'd rock the
coming
shit
up
out of
this
that.
week, you
Send
have
me.
got Lord Humongous in a no time limit, no disqualification, lights out
You
match.
think I don't know that? I'm on top of this business. His lights are going out. That's the only lights going out. For all these
did
idiots,
some similar
that's
stuff
the
like that,
lights out
kid.
match. That don't mean we turn every light out in the building. I hope they're not that stupid.
I think they know what a lights out
I
match
doubt it.
means. Well, we'll find out this week. How
You'll
about
find
that?
out. You just be there. His lights are going out, believe me.
Well, we'll see. We've got him coming in here right now for a match. I would appreciate it if you gentlemen would perhaps leave the area while Lord Humongous is in here for his match.
Oh, we'll leave, but we won't be.
I did
far
summon
away,
him.
Stupid.
Yeah, I like Cornetley, so I know he's not a big fan of Ian.
Lord Humongous coming into the area.
God, get in the ring, get in the ring.
Grappler jumps him. You know, we've seen that
Jeez,
happen before
we're gonna
in
do just another
matches
little
where,
bit of a jobber match here, real
wrestler
quick.
thinks he maybe doesn't have a very good. That's usually when that happens. And I think I would have to agree with the grappler that he doesn't have much of a chance going against Lord Humongous, who went toe-to-toe
Lord Humongous.
with the Master of Pain. Big body slam. Yeah, says the crowd. More.
The,
The grappler.
I'm gonna have to go get another brewski here in a minute, boys and girls.
Up in the air on the shoulder of Lord Humongous. Humongous spins him around. Boy, he looked kind of like, you know, how the
Damn, yeah, he did that move in WCW. Even before he was really finishing with the power bomb. That spinning helicopter type throw, which, dude, he would wreck dudes with later on.
Gets the win over the grappler.
I always love
Still
that.
a most impressive appearance by Lord Humongous. Jeff Jarrett back out here. Jeff, you're smiling.
Jarrett's like, I'm getting double time today.
Well, I don't look like a fool so bad after all. You know, I told you I'd have Jimmy Golden here, and he's here. But before I bring him out here...
Okay. I feel like Golden's going to turn heel and go back with the stable.
Jimmy Golden was raised with Robert Fuller in Dyersburg, Tennessee, and all across the Mid-South as their daddies were growing up, and both of them were wrestling. He's first cousins with Robert Fuller. His mother and Robert's daddy are brother and sister. So that means, Robert,
Thunder.
Jimmy Golden knows you better
Thunder,
than
and hopefully
anybody else.
doesn't
Jimmy, come
knock
on
my
out
power
here.
out.
These people want to hear your side of the story. Here he is, Dave. I'm just going to step aside.
It's been a while since we've seen Jimmy Golden. A couple of weeks, a couple of months.
You're right. All right. Jimmy?
Jack. No, I didn't know that.
Appreciate this time.
Sounds about right. I love Sid, though, but...
First of all, let me just start by saying that Robert Fuller, a lot of times, you know, we had a few differences, differential, as Rob called it, and he always said that things was going to be his way or they wasn't going to be any way at all.
Dude, I remember the Pillman and Sid power bomb from War Games, Jamie.
Jarrett and the rest of the owners, whoever they might be. And I said, this is what we call the line right here, Robert. If it's going to be your way, then I'm going to have to drop you as a tag team partner, and I bowed out. Now, he said some things about our family. Roy Welch, my grandmother, Roy Welch is my granddaddy. I lived with my grandfather on a farm in Yorkville, Tennessee, and I'm very proud to be his grandson. The man was a great man. A lot of people liked him and respected him in this area. Him and Herb Welch, Lester Welch, Jack Welch, and all of them were respected.
All the Welches up in the holler.
And I had a great deal of feelings for him myself, and I don't appreciate some of the things that he's been saying about him, that he was senile. He was not senile when he died. And by the way, he's laying face up, Robert. And I'd just like to say that as far as I know, that Jerry Jarrett, his dad, and Robert's dad, Buddy Fuller, when they made a deal, Jerry paid him for his part of this business.
I still bet he's going to turn.
Was happy the whole thing was settled, and that was all under the bridge. And
we saw the papers. They were both happy at the time. Is that what you're saying?
That's true. And so Robert has come out here and he's made a lot of statements about our...
I love Fuller, too. This is Jack Swagger's dad. Who remembers that?
Dad were Fullers. They called themselves Fuller in the wrestling business. They didn't go with the Welch name. They had different things to say about matters that came up, and they didn't always agree with what the Welches said, or they had different things, ways of putting things, and they just don't always say everything that they can for the Welches. Anyway, I'd like to say that the Welch side of the family that I know always stood up on a deal. They never welched out on it just because their name.
Hey, they didn't welch. Hey, I don't take kindly to you saying welched out, fella.
Was cleared and dried a long time ago, and nothing belongs to Robert Fuller.
Did you lose your brains?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Maybe the Alabama River flooded over down there and high water got into your head or something, because you're not thinking. You're out here telling lies, boy, and you know good and well they're lies. How come you bring him out here to try to stir up my family?
Don't come out here and insult me and call me a liar.
Let me tell you something. If you're going to come out here and meddle in my business, you should have thought of that before you dropped that belt. Before we had to give the belts up, son. You should have thought of it a long time ago. You're a bare-faced liar, or you wouldn't be out here meddling what is my family's business.
You don't call a Welch a liar!
If you come out here... Wait a second. We're cousins. Ain't no sense in fighting. Listen. Hell, we're cousins, and we've been cousins for a long time. Get in here.
What's up, William? Welcome in here.
Mantel nailing Jeff Jarrett. Golden run into the ring post by cousin Robert Fuller. Yeah.
Damn, we're gonna rip the damn shirt off the man.
On his own, Jeff didn't ask him to come out here. And Jimmy called him earlier in the week and said, I'll clear this up for you. I know what happened. And Robert's not telling the truth. And it's giving the Welches a bad name. There's Lord Humongous coming out with Frankie
Humongous coming out.
and John Paul to help him out. And there goes Fuller. There goes Dutch Mantel. We'll be back here in a moment.
Well, shit.
in May.
Everyone, continue to plug every week, Sunday Eastern, 6 Eastern. CWA as we're working our way through 1989, folks. Appreciate it. Make sure you're subbed up. Make sure the bell's clicked. That way, when I go live, you'll get notified. Also, when I drop videos, you'll get notified. I dropped a video at least once a month. I try to do it every 2 weeks. It's usually more like every 3 weeks, but lots of videos in the video section. Just dropped one last Sunday.
This Wednesday at the Sports Center there. Listen to this big card.
I'm going to grab the brewski. I'll be right back. Yeah, I got time. Be right back. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out.
Robert Fuller in Sylvia. A big CWA title match between Jeff Jarrett, Dutch Mantel, and the big main event is going to be a lights-out match. No disqualification, no time limit. Humongous versus a Master of Pain in Roddy P. Gossett.
You know I like it because CWA's blasting off, baby. You got your big Campbellton, Indiana. You got yourself a Cyclone Stampede. That money's coming to the stable because we're stampeding, baby. Then you go into Owensboro. Owensboro belongs to me and my baby here, you know. What we're going to do in Owensboro is a lights-out match, and let me clean it up for all you people that don't understand nothing about lights out. I don't mean you're going to need your flashlights to see the match. That means that squeamy Jarrett ain't got guts enough to come down there and put a match out on the line, Daddy. That means that my man, Master Payne, and my ally, Ronnie P. Gossett IV, is going to bring it to you in Owensboro. And then I heard you belly aching out here. I heard you belly aching tag team champions. Don't put your picture in them belts too quick, boys. Tracy Smothers, we slapped your tail against that mat. You bled a puddle of blood, and then I stomped it dry. Now let me tell you something, son. You come to my town, you better get ready to fight it out again, because what you're carrying is my tag title belt, and Jimmy Golden, or ain't nobody gonna be able to help you, because I'm gonna bloody you up and stomp you dry one more time.
John Paul up in the ring right now with David Elder for tag team action coming up here. Of course, John Paul, one half the CWA tag team champions, along with his partner Tracy Smothers. Dirty White Boy and Action Jackson coming out for the match. That's Jimmy Golden coming back.
Let me just say one thing. You just proved what kind of Welch you are, Robert Andy. That's what I call you, boy. I'm going to tell you something. I'm not going to call Eddie Marlin out here and ask him to put me on a card or change any card or anything, because that probably ain't going to happen. What I will promise you, though, punk, is I'm going to whip you. I'm going to be in the matches when they come match time, boy. I'm going to be right there in the Coliseum. If I
We back.
boy, and we're going to finish this fight out here that you just started, geek. I'm going to whip you, boy.
Yeah, Humongous is a baby face.
I whipped you a long time ago, boy. And as far as for that Harris,
And yeah, that is Sid.
that you call a ballet, I got something for her, too. I've rode up and down the road with them people, Dave Brown, and I never heard such belly aching and whining in all my life. Well, now, boy, we're going to settle this match that you just started out right here. We're going to finish it when it comes match time. Be ready for it.
All right, Jimmy says Jimmy will be there at the arena even.
You got a Dirty White Boy match. Thunder's getting louder.
He says he'll be there and he'll get Fuller. The referee says, let's go. Here we go with expiration of time. Tag team match. In the ring right now, it's John Paul with Big Action Jackson.
So we got Tracy and John Paul. Got the Mason-Dixon line. Connection. Let's go. Oh, no. Where's Tracy? Oh, Tracy's hurt, isn't he? Still from that day he went through the table out there, maybe. I think Tracy's hurt. What's going on?
Someone we haven't seen in the area in quite some time, but he is, until recent days, he is now back. Talking about the Dirty White Boy. But he's got a buck snort.
Oh, shit. Okay. A little ended better than it looked throughout. I thought he was going to drop him on his head.
We know about it. Tag has just been made, and he steps into the ring right now. He is the latest signee of the Stud Stable. Joined Robert Fuller's group. Oh, big chop. Referee warning the Dirty White Boy about using his fist.
Remember the Dirty White Boy and Jake Roberts feud, just from Smoky Mountain.
Over in the corner. Long,
Yeah, they're putting some, like, you know, not like a John Paul with this dude. And who did they do it with earlier? Somebody was with a jobber earlier. That person's there to just get their hell beat out of them and take the fall.
The two stud stable members controlling things here. We're a minute and a half into the action. Remember, this one is expiration of time. Might be just this one fall, might be 3 or 4. We'll have to check our time. We do have a special announcement.
Special
that have been made today. Coming up around the arenas around the territory.
Special announcement. Lance is yearning to get back. He hates the road with World Championship Wrestling. Dude, he's a little unsafe. I like Action Jackson. What is he? TNT from in Puerto Rico, but I think I like that combustibility. I don't know. He's wild. You never know what you're going to get. A little unpredictable.
Details on the Renegade Cyclone Stampede, which is going to be coming up during the month of May.
Dude's getting his ass whooped. Oh, dude, yeah. He likes to pull him up.
I don't know if he could have held him for the 3 count or not. It looked like maybe he could have, but Action Jackson picked him up, did not go for the 3 count. He's over the corner and makes the tag on the Dirty White Boy. John Paul watching everything from the corner.
Swinging neck breaker, damn.
David Elder a long
It was like a swinging neck breaker. You don't really see that executed like that today. I'm sure someone's doing it, but
keeping him away from that tag.
Boom. Takes that arm, pulls it all the way out.
This might be it. 1.
The fuck was that count? Jerry Calhoun's on their team. They're like, I want to see him get his ass beat a little more.
John Paul coming in there.
1.
Sent back out. Dirty White Boy picked him up at the count of 2. He had no intention of going for the 3 count. Action Jackson. Boy,
I'm not sure what that was.
Down to the mat. They are just really unnecessary.
No, that ain't Savio.
This young wrestler in there right now. No excuse for it whatsoever. Dirty White Boy back in after the tag. Dirty White Boy let him get back on his feet, and then here he comes, full speed from behind, rolls him over. There's a cover. 1, 2, and 3. Dirty White Boy and Action Jackson in 4 minutes, 16 seconds get themselves a victory here as they really, really hammered David Elder. John Paul over to help him up. All he wants to do is to help Elder out of the ring and get out of here. We're going to take a break.
Yeah, no, that isn't Savio. He worked in Puerto Rico, though. He's from World Wrestling Council.
Time, I think, for another match here, but we want to take a couple of minutes because, Eddie, we've been kind of telling the folks that coming up, the Renegade
Eddie Marlin got for us.
But we haven't had many of the details on it. You can fill us in on some of that right now, I understand.
Well, to start off with, Dave, that's got to be one of the wildest matches anybody has ever seen. I've been around a long, long time, and this is probably going to be the wildest night of action, any matches anywhere. First thing you do, you take every man that wrestles on the card that night, you give them a number, 1 through whatever amount of men is there.
Understand they draw a number.
Draw the number. Yeah, you don't know who's going to get one number. Then the first 2, 1 and 2, they'll start to match out.
All right.
Every minute after that, you'll send another wrestler to the ring. 3, 4, 5, just every minute. Okay, you don't know. It might be 2 partners in there to start it off with. Every man's for himself. It's Thunderdome rules. You wear anything to the ring you want to wear. You carry anything to the ring you want to wear, want to use.
Baseball bats, brass nuts, anything like that.
Oh, shit.
And the last man standing is a winner, and he will be presented by Renegades a check for $10,000.
Oh, my goodness.
Lord.
Like that, I can't imagine what kind of night it's going to be.
Everything will take place. I mean, it's
10,000 Memphis dollars. Wink, wink.
The rules, Thunderdome rules, you can be pinned, thrown over the top rope, or submit.
All right.
$10,000.
Like a bunkhouse battle royal.
Two people, one wrestler.
Sounds actually awesome.
You get a bunch of them in there. You're eliminated by either being
Chaos.
pinned, submission, or thrown over.
Very Royal Rumble-esque, though, yeah.
Last man, you can use anything, wear anything. Last man standing gets.
Yeah, I mean,
$1,000 from the Renegade.
a Rumble, same deal, though, right? You can wear anything. There's no rules. You can use weapons.
Nobody knows what number you're going to get.
Nor in what order they're going to be going to the ring.
Right, and it's going to be wild.
Sounds like a good one. You've done good, sir. Thank you very much.
Renegade did good.
Very good. Hey, we do have time for some more action, Eddie, so I think we'll do that. Get them back in here for
Let's get another match on our hands here.
First ball of action. Well, the first ball went to the Dirty White Boy and Action Jackson.
Wait, what?
John Paul.
They're coming back? Oh, okay, they're going to do another fall since we got some more time. This guy's like, great, I get to get my ass beat a little bit further. Dirty White Boy's ready to go. Interesting. That's some old school vibe right there.
In the first ball, but he's back. What he needs to do, I would say, is probably go for that quick tag on John Paul if he can do it.
Yeah, we should probably start the match out with the guy that got his ass beat the entire time from our team.
Even though he told the referee.
Good start.
It wasn't. It was a fist. We could see it from our angle here. There's a tag made. Action Jackson will be coming in. Jackson and the Dirty White Boy, big, mean. They're members of the Stud Stable. That should tell you a lot right there. And they are one fall up in this expiration of time match. Whoa, Action Jackson. It is back under the rope. Now he comes with that big right boot. Well, this guy is huge. Action Jackson weighs in
Action Jackson.
Pounds, about 311. He's wrestling, David Elder weighs in 101 pounds less than that. There's the upper arm. Unfortunately, this one is beginning as a repeat of the ending fall number 1, in which Dirty White Boy and Action.
Yeah, they're just destroying this dude. John Paul, what was your game plan here, dude?
Away from the corner and the tag on John Paul. John Paul started the first fall. And, of course, John Paul with more experience and also a championship wrestler. Holds half of the CWA tag titles right now. Better equipped, perhaps.
You got close, he backed up.
The Dirty White Boy and Action Jackson.
I'll never forget the John Paul fucking
Reaching for the tag.
attempted murder in one of the first episodes we watched.
I don't know if he missed the tag.
He's getting his ass beat, Jack. It's a mugging out here.
To stay in there. Action Jackson. Jumps him backwards.
Brutal backdrop, too. Brutal.
A little over 2 minutes gone in this second ball of action, and we're getting very close to the expiration of time here.
I mean, they're going to run out the clock beating this dude's ass. You going to do a... Oh, what the fuck was that? What the fuck? Ah, I don't know what the fuck that was. Jesus.
And 3. This one is over. And it's 2 straight falls for the
He's a little dangerous.
Jackson and the Dirty White Boy over David Elder and John Paul. 2 straight falls. Jerry Calhoun, the referee, holding his mouth. Looks like he got hit in the mouth with a stray arm or something there. Well, that wraps that one up. I saw that. I can't tell you I liked it, however. Jeff Jarrett in here today. He won his match. Boy, he got us off to a quick start here as he got a quick victory over the Shadow. Dutch Mantel, a winner. Also Detroit Demolition, Robert Fuller, and Brian Lee defeating Frankie Lancaster and Chris Frazier. And then it was Humongous defeating.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that.
Very, very quickly.
It looked crazy.
White Boy and Action Jackson, as you just saw, getting 2 straight falls over the team of David Elder and John.
Never did.
Well, there's going to be more next week. We hope you'll be joining us for more.
They literally, with the jobber, they were just like, dude, you're just beat his ass for 5 more minutes. Fuck it.
While CWA Championship Wrestling until
Well, damn, we're about to go into 5/13/89, my friends, as we continue to move along. 1989. Remember, every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern, right here, you'll catch CWA, and all the past lives are in the live section. Also, there's a lot of video content that I make. I try to drop every 2 weeks. It's usually every 3 weeks. At least once a month, something's coming out. And you can become a member here. There's a link there in the chat. If you do become a member, you have early access to those videos. But yeah, go check out some videos. See if you would like to have that sort of access to some of those dope videos. But yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. I appreciate it. Bro, he just hung out. Like this was my mistake. Excuse me. Hey Ken, thanks for hanging out. Have a good week. Thanks for coming. Come see you next week. Come back by. Shit. Maybe they took a week off to get a new set rocking. Holy shit. And then this guy got moved up a notch. They're like, oh, you've been doing the rundown, the show rundowns, the backstage interviews. Let's get him on the front desk here with Dave Brown. He got a fucking promotion. New look promotion. Let's see what we get here.
You know, many times we have wanted to bring you championship matches. We've been able to do it from time to time, but not as much as we would like to. One reason for that is the champions say, I don't want that short TV time limit. And the challengers, same thing. They say, no, I want the full time, the 45 minutes or the 1 hour time limit in order to get a chance to win the belts. Well, we've got a special agreement which has been reached now, and we are going to try it out with a TV time.
I think this is before Corey.
Game. Once we reach the 10-minute mark in a championship match, we are then going to call a TV timeout, and then after the break, we'll come back and restart the match. We'll give it a try, see how things work out. That gives us a chance to have the long time limits for championship matches, just like at the arenas. We do have a championship match coming up today. The CWA tag titles will be on the line. Also, we'll take a look at a mini Cyclone Stampede. Lots of action coming up. We'll be back.
CWA tag match, and we're going to get a mini Cyclone, that match that they've been teasing. Stampede. That should be interesting. This sounds fun. Got a new set. Energy's high here for Memphis.
All right.
Whoa, look at this. This is fucking, I don't even remember. I've seen some of these old ones, but I don't remember this desk, and this desk actually looks insane. This looks like 1989 to 1992 just puked everywhere. But I'm digging this front part, the CWA. The America's watching maybe a bit much, but that logo is pretty dope.
I want to bring everyone up to date on the situation with Jerry Lawler. I think wrestling fans everywhere now are quite aware that Jerry was injured a couple of weeks ago in a match, and we had some comments from Jerry and his doctor last week in which the doctor said he wanted Jerry to stay away from the wrestling ring for a number of weeks. I believe the doctor has settled on 28 days after Jerry kept wanting to shorten the time there. And Jerry told the doctor, okay, I'll go along with you. The doctor says he can do the rest of the stuff, but he cannot wrestle for that period of time. I don't think he made that date quite totally firm.
Shirley, welcome in here.
Absolutely sure.
Been having a good show.
Jerry is not going to be wrestling today. He has still not been released by the doctor. We hope to do kind of an up-close and personal segment next week and bring you up to date even further on the situation. But right now, take a look at what happened. Just kind of refresh your mind a little bit at the situation that happened with the King.
They do to the King.
They're going to try to hurt him. I mean, yeah. They're going to try to hurt Lawler. They've got the kendo stick around Lawler's throat.
Damn. I did not poke. I did not slip and slide. Hey, Lisa, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Have a great Sunday and a great week. We're going to start out this week with this time. All right, Jarrett's coming out. CWA champ.
Jeff steps up into the ring. We're about set to go with a 1-fall, 10-minute time limit match. For official introductions, here's Roger Webb. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, I like Keith Erich. I actually dig this jobber. I feel like he could have done something else.
Okay, we're ready for our first
Oh,
match.
wow, Daniel. That's so sweet.
First of all, it's Keith Erich out of Memphis, Tennessee at a weight of
Yeah, I didn't get this.
226.
I did later on watch Spooky
Jeff
Mountain. I was lucky
Jarrett
enough
at a weight
to
of
get to see
208
that.
out of
But
You know, I saw that tape.
Tennessee, the
Jerry Lawler getting hurt.
CWA
Every
champ.
time I see that tape, Dave Brown, it's music to my ears.
Oh, wow.
I promised you I'd
Why do I hear Gossett? He done run out and
That's exactly
Take
what I
took
did.
over?
Put him out of wrestling. Now you're looking at the number 2 man on my list. This is one of the biggest punks.
should have done something else with the ring
I've
for
got to
the
interrupt
reset.
you, Mr. Gossett, because we have some comments from Jeff Jarrett about the upcoming Cyclone Stampede. Here's what he had to say.
Cyclone Stampede, $10,000 to the winner. The wildest, the craziest match ever to be around this area, ever. Robert Fuller, I'm coming for you and your whole stinking stud stable.
We get a mini Cyclone Stampede on this episode. I'm excited
You
for
are
that.
looking at the epitome of nothing in Jeff Jarrett. My latest poll of the sorriest wrestlers in the business rate Jeff Jarrett number 2, and he's closing in on the has-been Jerry Lawler. He is a disgrace to the wrestling business. Just look at him. He looks like a rubber band. Look at that body. You call that a body? That's the sorriest piece of plunder I've ever looked at. He's not an athlete. He is nothing. Look at him. I would hide if I looked like him. I wouldn't have the audacity to climb in the ring. I really wouldn't. I mean, he is a joke. He needs to be on Laugh-In. He needs to be on Hee-Haw. He doesn't need to be in the wrestling business. And the only reason he's in the wrestling business is because of his senile grandfather and his illiterate father, Jerry Jarrett, who trained him. So after he trained him, you can tell
That was
he
nice.
knows nothing at all. Because look who trained him. That's a lucky win.
That was a very nice muscle drop kick.
No luck about that. That's just fine athletic ability.
Damn, Keith Eric said, fuck it, I ain't selling that shit. Oh, whoa, run it up on him.
Get out of here.
He's like, it's on site, bro.
I thought I was going to have to call you out here, but you did me a favor. Hey, listen to me when I'm talking. Now, let me tell you something, Gossett. Last week, I sat back there, and I let you run Jerry Lawler down. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at Master Payne. I'm not mad at that stinking Hickerson.
Could see that,
I'm
Jack.
mad at myself.
I'm still torn on him.
Back
Like,
there and listen
I don't
to
love
you.
him, but I don't hate him. But he definitely, he gets me annoyed as well. I'm glad he's not on commentary regularly anymore. I will say that. That's
You and
helping.
your stinking goons. And you put them in a match with me. And
He wasn't around for very long, so I think that's kind of what was going on.
Me, ever since I stepped foot in this building, ever since I stepped
I think
foot
he goes
in
into
this building,
91, according to this cage match.
and I'm going to stand behind him. Now, yeah, there's the 2 fat boys. I'll take on any
Well,
both
I
you
mean,
guys. Let
one
me
of
get
them
a
was
partner.
not fat.
But after I beat you stinking fat boys, I get a match with you. Let me tell you something, you punk. Let's see how
Take her
brave
wearing
you are
sex
now.
freak bracelets.
You are one of them.
I'm gonna stop calling things that look like that sex freak stuff now. I've went too far.
A thrill, an honor for me to get you because I can't stand the ground you walk on.
Hey, fat boy, you just
I hate you as much as I hate Lawler.
That's a unified champion. Show a little bit of
Shut
respect.
up. You just signed the match after I take on these 2 fat boys. Yeah.
You get your senile old fossil grandfather out here. He signed this out here.
He's out here.
And I'll
I've
be
been
more
listening
than
to you.
happy to sign
Just
this
put
match.
your name on the contract.
You better believe I'll put my name on it because I'm not afraid of you.
Me and a partner
Never have been afraid of you.
Hold on just a second, Gossett. It's on the contract, but you have to sign it. Hey, I want to get this clear, Gossett. Let's get this on the table and clear. After me and anybody I can find back there,
I don't care who
any
you
partner I get, after we beat
Here
you
comes the 2
goons
fat
out
boys,
there,
and one of them's
then I get a match
fucking
with you. Is that right?
The Undertaker.
Listen to Alice
Well,
in
then
Wonderland.
sign it.
Who's he gonna find in the
Who's
party?
he gonna get?
You sign
Ain't no way that's stupid. Right.
Nobody gonna be your partner there.
I'll
You sign
sign
it, you
this.
punk. You look like Alice in Wonderland. You're going nowhere but down, boy.
Whoa! Bitch slap. Yep, Phil Hickerson.
Been waiting to see him do that. Look at this. Look who just walked out of the dressing room area. Kerry Von Erich.
Gary Von Erich! Holy shit, the USWA is forming right before our very eyes.
Jeff Jarrett.
The WCCW CWA connection that forms USWA.
Me, I'm not wrestling at
Kerry Von Erich, holy shit, is it live?
Hey, your name's on
89. This is before he went and got the Aussie title. Looking good. Ready to go.
In the ring, Jeff Jarrett and Kerry Von Erich.
I did not expect that. That's a cool surprise.
Gossett again. And the modern-day warrior, Kerry Von Erich, is joining him. And now, it's Gossett and his guys not advancing like they were a few moments ago.
Big pop. Big pop.
Gossett's still running his mouth out here at Jeff.
Yeah, that was cool.
Kerry and Jeff standing their ground here.
That was a really good one.
CWA, Phil Hickerson, and the Master of Pain. They're kind of moving sideways about now. Gossett says, yeah, now let's go, guys. We'll take care of them later, he says. The match is
Phil Hickerson didn't wrestle for very long. This might be, it's either this year or the next. It's his last year before he retires.
All right, very good. Kerry.
Match is signed, Kerry.
I'll tell you what, like a bunch of monkeys, they signed it right like that, didn't they?
That's exactly right. The match is signed. When me and Kerry take care of the Master of Pain and Big P.Y. Chuhai, then I get a match with Ronnie P. Gossett right in the ring. And I can't wait because I hate that stinking fat slob.
We're looking forward to it, Jeff, the match with the two of you, and you getting your hands on Gossett, too. Match is signed. We'll be back here in a moment.
Kerry wanted to say something else. Did you see that? He was knocking him. Look.
Then I get a match with Ronnie P. Gossett right in the ring. And I can't wait because I hate that stinking fat
watch.
slob.
He's like, all right, all right.
Jeff, the match with the two of you.
All right, yeah, here we go.
Your hands on Gossett, too. Match is signed.
Here we go.
We'll be back here in a moment.
No, fuck. Let Kerry speak, you son of a bitches. They knew it was going to be a little bit gibbered up. Let's just be honest. He wasn't the best promo.
Hello, everyone. I'm Roger Webb with Championship Wrestling. Want to remind you
Hello, everyone.
that this
I'm not
Wednesday,
Lance Russell.
Championship Wrestling will be in Owensboro, Kentucky, 8 p.m. at the Big Sports Center. And what a great night of action we're going to have for you. Listen to this card. Detroit Demolition in the ring against Jimmy Masters. You're going to see Dutch Mantel against Frankie the Thumper Lancaster. Big Humongous and Jeff Jarrett teaming up to go against the big Master Pain with P.Y. Chuhai and Roddy P. Gossett IV at ringside. A special added match. No matter what happens, Jeff Jarrett is going to get a chance to get his hands on Roddy P. Gossett IV in a special added match. I
think it's after Jamie. Let me Google when his accident was.
The Mason-Dixon connection. Then the big main event, and what an event it is, it's called a Renegade Cyclone Stampede match. P.Y. Chuhai, I'm sure you're here.
Oh, boy, $10,000.
Yeah, that happened in 86.
Right there in Kentucky, right? That Cyclone Stampede. That means, then you can put on anything, wear anything, tote anything to win. You know what? I'll do anything to win that money. For $10,000, I'd dig up my grandmama and bring her down there and beat her with somebody. You know what I'm talking about? Because I want it.
Welcome in here.
Let me get to this thing right here, this little mat. Step in here, boy. Step in here. Let me see this. Here it is. P.Y. Chuhai and the Master of Pain against Humongous and Jeff Jarrett. What a joke. You know what? Let me tell you something. You might be big.
Yeah, thanks a lot for hitting that like ski. I appreciate that.
But let me tell
Hope you're having a good evening.
There's one thing that you don't have, and that's looks, because you got to be big and ugly.
It's been a fun show tonight.
Your face like that. But let me tell you something, Jeff Jarrett. We're going to get you in there. Our strategy will keep you in the ring where Humongous can't get in there. We're going to beat you like a dog, and you won't get to see Mr. Gossett in that special match.
Von Erich back with us here again, Gary.
Oh, he's like, listen, I'm going to talk, all right? I don't give a shit.
First of all, it's great to be back here in Tennessee. But folks, I'll tell you this. Jeff Jarrett, a long time ago, came to my rescue in Dallas. He came to me in town when I was very down. He helped get my career back on its feet.
Jeff is a very good friend of mine, and I want to state this right now. He's become more and more like a brother to me every day. Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett Von Erich. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Jarrett Von Erich has been born.
Has got the heart of a lion. Now I'm going to tell you this, Gossip. What you do to Jeff Jarrett,
dude, I
is
know.
what you do to me.
Sad.
So when you screw with me,
happened so fucking
and
quick.
Jeff Jarrett, we're coming at you fist and fire. Now I don't want anybody to get confused.
Oh, wow.
I still want the world heavyweight title. Jerry Lawler, I know you're hurt. I know you're injured. But when you get unhurt and you're not injured, because I don't want the basis of people saying, well,
Lawler
Jerry won the
and Kerry had a
Unified World
fucking
Heavyweight
sweet
Championship
match.
because Jerry Lawler was hurt. I want you well. I want you well, big boy, because I'm coming at you, and I will
end of
take the
88.
world heavyweight title. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Kerry Von Erich. Glad to have you with us here today and in the upcoming match, too. Let's get him in the ring right now.
Want to get a Kerry Von Erich match?
Up here, the Detroit Demolition coming in. Detroit Demolition, of course, been around the territory for a few weeks here. Strong,
No, we're not.
strong wrestler. That's Chris Frazier who's stepped into the ring right now. Referee Jerry Calhoun will be
We're getting a Moondog Rex match.
And as soon as Demolition makes his way in, here he comes right here. We'll be set to go with this match. Boy, what a big guy. Oh, he is huge.
Looks like he would have been like an extra in a Conan the Barbarian movie.
Time for the introductions of the match. First of all,
In the sex
wrestling in the
dungeon.
red tights out of Mississippi at a weight of 216 pounds, Chris Frazier. His opponent in this match at a weight of 315 out of Detroit, the Detroit Demolition.
That's right, Jack. I'm coming in for one big match. I'll do the TV save, get her pumping, but I got to get out of here, boys.
Chris from behind. Boy, it looks like Demolition is wasting no time seizing control of this match here.
Yeah, Chris Frazier giving away a weight. The ropes goes Chris. Nice clothesline down on his back on the mat. Drops down with a knee. And does it again, right on the forehead. All 300-plus pounds. Got to be smart. Oh, boy.
I tell you, this Detroit Demolition is a powerful wrestler, and he has some real wrestling moves that will put you away. He also has some tendency to use wrestling moves that are of the illegal variety from time to time.
Whatever means he'll use it.
It's going to be it. Putting him out real quick.
It's legal. It's a version of the Japanese sleeper. It's one
Under the stud stable, though, so it's probably going to build into some more stud stable stuff. Last episode was smothered with that and was really good, though. I'm digging the stud stable stuff.
Detroit Demolition. Oh, come on. Get him to break it. Finally, Jerry Calhoun, the referee, gets him to break it. And
Yeah,
Chris
Mad Max
Frazier,
vibes for sure. I got
nighttime here
good
on
call.
CWA Championship Wrestling as Detroit Demolition heads up. Well, coming in right now.
Yep.
That's the team.
A little primetime Brian Lee,
Robert
Fuller coming
Brian
out.
Lee, and of course Sylvia right along with a surprise.
And Sylvia.
Yeah, all right. A new surprise from the stud stable.
Dave, I'm going to cool down here just a minute and give these people a new direction. Something I've been thinking about. You know, even a stud at times can be wrong. Even a stud at times can realize you're walking down a path there, it's cleaned out real nice for you, but maybe it's the wrong path. Maybe you're heading over here, Dave, and maybe you ought to turn your life around and head over there in that other direction. What I'm talking about is that I got ideas of taking what belongs to me. My grandfather should have left me a business, CWA. It clearly belongs to me. And I've been going the wrong direction. Maybe I've been out here trying to pay a bunch of money to get Jarrett hurt. I don't think I have enough money to be able to fight the politics of this area. That you put Jerry Jarrett and Eddie Marlin and that goofy Jerry Lawler and Jeff Jarrett and all the politics that goes on in this area right here, how am I expected to be able to go out and follow that line? I don't have enough money or enough political background to be able to do it. But there is something, Dave, that I'm excellent at. There's an endeavor I do better than, shut up out there, I'm talking!
You're going to get him going now.
I do better at than anybody else in professional wrestling. Baby, and what it's called is winning. And once you win, once you get down to that fine line of owning it all, Dave, having every bit of it, and winning it, and making that your bottom line, you are
We
going
should
to, in
put
the end,
Brian Lee in a cowboy hat.
the man you want to be.
And you're right, Daniel, yeah.
You want. Rather than stand here and talk about it, get a full shot here, boys.
Put him in a straw hat since he's got a shitty robe
Let
compared.
me show you. Check that
Oh, yeah, they're tag
picture
champs. That's right. I knew
Check
that.
out this picture over here. What those are, the Southern Tag Team titles. Bardstown never had it so good. That stinking little Bardstown, Kentucky, nothing town, baby, saw a title change. Mason Dixon, bite the dust right there for him. But you know something? You kick the population of that town in, man, you ain't got enough people for nothing. I want everybody to be able to see the greatest tag team champions of all time. So I, in the tradition of being the great to-be promoter of this business and the greatest wrestler of all time, are going to put these titles right here, right up on your TV today, so that all the millions of fans will have the opportunity to see what is going to be the new beginning of the Tennessee Studs and the Stud Stable. We are champions. We're going to own it all. And then, Eddie Marlin, I want you to think real closely about it, son. Who are you going to come to sign your contract? Who are you going to come to when you come to get your champion? You're going to put your knee pads on, baby, and you're going to crawl up to the Tennessee Stud, and then just maybe I'll be a
That's an interesting order omelets.
CWA contract.
Semi.
I'm going to have everything, and you people are going to get used
I guess
to
so.
it.
They come out warm
The
each
Stud is
time.
gonna walk roughshod over Tennessee and take back
Like he wanted to just, you know, I mean, but he was eating them so fast. I would imagine.
Sylvia, they have the CWA tag titles, and you just heard Robert say he's going to put them on the line right here. Rematch with the Mason-Dixon connection
Oh, yeah,
coming
Jack.
up after these messages.
Fuller could fucking go on the mic. Like, I like him in the ring. He's a good worker. You can see the psychology there, but man, on the mic. See why he did so well as Colonel Rob Parker.
With Championship Wrestling. Want to remind you this Wednesday.
I want to remind you every Sunday night. I want to beat it into your head. Sunday nights at 6 Eastern. Right here, folks.
Listen to this. In the first match, you're going to see the big Detroit Demolition
Live.
in the ring against Jimmy Masters.
With
Dutch
Wrestle
Mantel will go against Frankie the Thumper Lancaster. Listen to this one. The Big Humongous teaming up with Jeff Jarrett, and they're going to go against the Master Pain, P.Y. Chuhai, and Roddy P. Gossett IV. Special added match. No matter what happens, Jeff Jarrett going to have an opportunity to get his hands on Roddy P. Gossett IV in that special added match. A CWA tag title match. Robert Fuller, Brian Lee, and of course Sylvia in the corner, going against the Mason-Dixon connection. Then the big main event,
Tracy
a
returns.
Cyclone Stampede match. The winner wins $10,000.
I forgot we still
This
get that
Wednesday in
mini
Owensboro.
Cyclone Stampede match tonight. Oh, Tracy's already back, baby. Here we go. Mason-Dixon line returns. Are they getting a tag title match right now? Yeah, they are. They called that earlier. Shit. I got that sound clip.
First of all, the former holder.
Let's go.
Of the CWA tag team.
I'm going to take a piss. We'll be right back.
At a combined weight of 457 pounds, wrestling out of Springfield, Tennessee, Tracy Smothers. His partner out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, John Paul. And the current holders of the CWA Tag Team Championship belts, first of all, from Orlando, Florida, Brian Lee. And also out of Knoxville, Tennessee, the Tennessee Stud, Robert Fuller. And Miss Sylvia at ringside.
Roger, it's going to be a 45-minute time limit match. Remember, the TV time limit rules are in effect. Once we get to the 10-minute mark, if we get along that far, we will call a TV timeout. At that point, the match will be stopped. We'll run a break, and then we'll start it again right after that. Tell you what, Robert Fuller and Brian Lee had some words about the upcoming Cyclone Stampede. Let's take a listen to that.
You know, all the money in the world, honey. Money means something. Everybody's wanting to get hold of money, but it's when you win something, baby, and Cyclone Stampede is going to be your prize. I'm going to win it and buy. I heard diamonds with it. Count on it. Cyclone Stampede.
Fuller and Sylvia. John Paul with Brian Lee down on the mat. He had him down for a 2 count, could not hold him for a count of 3.
Beautiful move. John Paul. Brian Lee in the middle of the ring right now.
And in case you missed the announcement earlier, John Paul and Tracy Smothers, until just a few days ago, were the CWA Tag Champions, but in Bardstown, Kentucky, Robert Fuller and Brian Lee won the match and the belts, and they are now the champions.
I'm interested to see what this one gets here.
Insistence, I'm not sure that's the case, but at least that's his story. He says he wanted to show everyone all around America just how they did it. So he granted them a rematch here today on CWA Wrestling.
Brian Lee now not in the best shape, over to confer with Robert Fuller outside of the ring on the floor, and John Paul really belted him a good right hand. He's taking his time by crawling back in the ring. I don't blame him.
Yeah, he and Fuller, no telling what that conference was all about. Probably telling him to pull hair and gouge him in the eyes, and no telling what else. Sylvia, of course, always a very dangerous factor at ringside with that kendo stick you see in her right hand.
There's a tag on Tracy Smothers, up over the rope, hammers Brian with a right hand, double whip in the rope, double elbow.
Back elbow.
Brian Lee down. There's the cover. Count of one, count of two.
That's twice already in the match that Tracy and John Paul have been very close to regaining the belts. They've had a 2 count, but just could not hold them there for a count of 3. We're just a little past 2 minutes into the action. 45 minutes, the overall time limit for the CWA Tag Title match.
Beautiful drop kick by Tracy.
Beautiful drop kick. He really put it down. He said, Robert Fuller, and Brian Lee out of the ring, out on the floor, and saying, hey, that's enough of that stuff.
I tell you what, if Robert Fuller did in fact insist on this match, he's got to be having second and third thoughts right about now, because he and Brian Lee have been outclassed so far, as Tracy Smothers and John Paul have looked mighty, mighty good. 2 minutes, 45 seconds into the action.
Keeping an eye on that time.
Crowd behind him as he's ready for Brian Lee. Brian Lee trying to slow it down just a little bit. They tie it up. Brian Lee
love Tracy.
Standing side headlock on Tracy Smothers.
Oh, see, they got Primetime wearing a glove now.
Down, off again, repeats it for a
going
third
full
time.
Barry Windham.
Beautiful move.
What's on his arm? A cast or an elbow pad?
Momentum as he was flying across the ring, he kind of shoved him down a little bit, and Brian Lee went flying through the rope. Tracy Smothers, a little momentum, comes with a
splattered on that floor.
And got both Fuller and Brian Lee down here on the floor. Now Lee grabs the kendo.
He's got the stick.
Sylvia.
Yeah, I think they got old Primetime going full Barry Windham on
Back
us.
to Sylvia.
It's almost like Fuller and Brian Lee have yet to wake up.
That's true. That's very true. They better. They're going to be former champions. And,
He did some job stuff, Daniel, after I looked at his cage match. I think he did some job stuff in the WWF.
If they lose these belts
Not very much, though. I think 93, 94, 95, something like that was his last record look, actually. Before I just continue to talk out of my ass.
Once again into the standing side headlock is Brian Lee pushed him into the ropes. Here goes Tracy Smothers back. And or did you see Fuller?
Yeah, need him in the back.
Oh, he wrestled into 98. Okay, yeah, 98 in the WCW. His last match on Cage Matches from WCW Saturday Night, June 9th, 98. He gets beat by Disco Inferno. Dark match. We'll see super large gaps between his work. November 97. Dean Malenko beats him on Saturday night. In August 97, Yuji Nagata beat him. He did some WWF Superstars Wrestling Challenge. Yeah, it's sporadic. And just according to this, there could be stuff missing. But 1 match in 98, 3 in 97, 1 in 95, a bunch in 94 for WWF. Actually, that looked like a decent little jobber year for him. Before that, before 92, we're here. In literally at this time period right now.
Silvio had the referee distracted all the way down in a neutral corner down there. And that allowed Robert Fuller to get him in the back.
Brian Lee.
Interesting career.
Slam, straight to Smothers down hard on the second
Just
rope.
a jobbing.
Way up in the air.
Just a jobbing.
Right in the chest.
Jobbing is my name. I'm a jobber. Just a jobbing. He's a jobbing. Jobbing is my gig. I'm a jobber.
Illegally, but that never has bothered him before. And it won't today. Robert Fuller working on Tracy Smothers.
Meanwhile, Tracy worked all the way until he died.
The ropes, And they've got the target, that chest that has been softened
2019?
up by Brian Lee. Tracy Smothers out of breath. And look at Fuller pour it on. Tracy Smothers, boy, he's really sticking him with it, one right after the other. Now, Fuller pushed into the rope. Fuller's over Tracy Smothers. Oh, boy, they're both down.
I'll say that the dude that's doing color with Dave Brown isn't really doing it for me.
Tracy gets the tag on John Paul.
John Paul now.
Dave Brown's at least got some excitement.
Let him go using that big right hand. Fuller and Lee's heads smashed together. And now there's Tracy in the ring. Fuller into the rope. Yeah, he's going for a sleeper on Fuller. And an abdominal stretch. Oh, there's Sylvia.
Sylvia jumped into the ring and nailed John Paul with a kendo stick. Fuller takes his feet away from him. Shoulders are down. Referee was involved in it, but he gets the 3 count.
The fuck?
And there they come rolling out of the ring, happy with themselves.
Not the best executed finish, but we get it.
Yeah, we saw exactly.
Keeping the belts.
Exactly how you did it. Sylvia jumped in there with a kendo stick and nailed John Paul in the back. Tracy, so we saw exactly what it was.
Dave, that ain't right.
No, it isn't.
You know, Robert Fuller, it's not right that you come out here and you holler about how you're going to change your path, how you're going to go the right way, how the CWA is nothing but a bunch of lying, backstabbing, no good people. You're the lying, backstabbing, no good, nothing happening punk. You just you say you own this place. You don't own nothing. Eddie Marlin, this ain't right. John and myself want a return match. We want our titles back. The ones we worked for, defending against, in front of all these people out here and all you people at home. Eddie, this ain't right. If you're back there in the back, listen, please come out here because this is
what John Paul left. He's like, you know what?
My boss. You don't sign my check.
That was a shoot, brother.
You're not going to beat us again, pal. We want a return match. Eddie, if you're out there, please come out here.
Here's Eddie.
Eddie Marlin's like, well, you did lose fair and
Eddie,
square.
You heard, I'm sure, what they were saying.
That's right, Tracy. I wasn't in Bardstown. I didn't see what happened, but I seen what happened here, and it's not right. And Robert Fuller, I know you're back there.
Oh, wait, no, it wasn't fair. She used the stick.
You
That's
can
right.
come out here and sign the match.
I'm blind.
Or I'll come back there and get the belts and hold them up, the belts up, and we'll carry them for the review board.
Tell them, take them for the USWA.
That's right. And it'll take at least 30 days, Robert, and you will be out of business for...
Shit. They're going to keep the match going?
Your face just a minute and ask you something. How do you figure I'm supposed to go next week and wrestle Jimmy Golden, my own family, that you set up for me and be able to defend the tag title in the same match? How you figure I'm going to do that, Eddie Marlin?
I don't know, Robert Fuller. That's for you to worry about. You've been running off your mouth how tough you was and how you could do this and that. That's your problem. All I know is you shut up 1 minute, big boy. We want this
whoa.
because we're going to get our titles back.
Tracy said, listen, buddy.
We're going to let our titles back to these people here and all these people out here. So you buckle it up, and you too, you goofy Brian Lee. You sold out for money, man. You're a nothing happening snake, just like this one right here.
Let me tell you just a second. No, I'm not going to let them do nothing. Let me tell you what you're going to do. You're going to get these two punks right here hurt. I'm going to tell you something, Tracy Smothers. This is not worth the hospital that you're going to spend. And look at me, Eddie Marlin. Let me tell you straight to your face. After I get through with these bums here, I'm going to take Jimmy Golden and make mincemeat out of him, baby. And then I'm winning Cyclone Stampede. I'm the toughest man you ever saw. And I'm going to prove it. I'm going to own your dang business. And I'm going to own your titles. And I'm taking Jimmy Golden head home with me, Daddy.
Brian Lee's like, yeah, what he
I'll tell you
said.
something. Everybody saw how they cheat. The CWA titles are coming back to the Mason-Dixon connection. We can guarantee it. I want to thank Eddie Marlin for giving us this return match because we are going to get our titles back. Now, Robert Fuller, I'm going to leave you and your whole stinking stud stable with this. John and myself can't come out here and out-talk that big fat mouth of yours, but I'm going to lay it on you like this, and it goes back to Country Boy Can't Survive. We're going to put a hurting on you so hard and fast, we're going to put it on you faster it takes you to pour that peroxide on that goofy blonde witch's head, and that's the bottom line. Guarantee it.
Shit.
We'll be back.
We're going to get a rare episode with no music video. Also, Bill Dundee disappeared as soon as I started the brother count. Yeah, what the hell? I got excited about that.
Cyclone Stampede. Kind of review the rules for us just a little bit as we're about
Here we go. Let's get the
Well,
Cyclone
David,
Stampede.
Every man can wear whatever he wants to the ring, carry whatever he wants to the ring, and use it. And before the match, all the wrestlers will draw a number out. Nobody knows what number that is. Number 1 and number 2 will come out at the ring of the bell and start the match. And every minute after that, another wrestler will enter the ring. We'll tap the bell and say number 3, tap the bell and say number 4.
Hope it's just
of course,
jobbers.
This morning is sort of a mini version. We're not allowed in the studio here to bring the different objects that the wrestlers would want to bring in, like we can at the Coliseum. So they'll be today in their regular wrestling tights, but we just wanted the fans to get some small idea.
So they're not going to let them
of
use
just what
weapons
it can
in
be.
here.
It's no way to tell them. It's rough, it's tough, it's wild.
If you know.
Somebody's
Also,
gonna
you
win
want
a
to see
lot
the
of money.
weapons, you better come out,
And today,
right?
even
I
the
get it.
Renegades folks have put up $2,000 just so these guys would have a lots of interest in who wins this one today, right?
That's right. Tommy Watson, the Renegade people, has really gone all out, and I think this will be probably the biggest event of the year. And if you're ready, I'm ready, and we'll let the fans see it.
We've got 6 of them here today. There'll be at least twice that many, and maybe a lot more than that at the arenas. But we've got to go ahead and bring them out here, Eddie, and I guess we'll...
I bet there is going to be an
number 1
Action
and number
Jackson
2,
in this.
And just remember, today they can only wear their wrestling tights, but the arenas, they can wear anything and bring anything. All right. It'll be wild.
Renegade Cyclone Stampede. What a horrible name.
P.Y. Chuhai. Let me get over here so I can ring the bell when Jerry Calhoun signals.
Against who?
And Jerry, here we go with a mini version of the Renegade Cyclone Stampede.
I mean, it's still going to be fun because it's different. But
P.Y. Chuhai. Well, this one looks like a mismatch from the
Who's
beginning
he?
here as far as
Who is
size
that?
and experience goes. With P.Y. Chuhai and Mike Masters.
Mike Masters.
However, Eddie, I guess if Mike has to hang on for a minute, and he might be able to get some help in there, depending on who won the number 3 draw.
Number 3, there might be some Mike, or it might be some more punishment for it. You got
Yeah, I've got the watch.
They should have let them bring the weapons in. That'd be
Waiting
fun.
for the 1 minute mark, and then we'll sound the bell, and then whoever has drawn number 3
I like shit like
will
this
be
doing
coming into
wrestling.
the ring.
Always have. Weird little gimmicks.
Mike Masters all off the ropes. P.Y. Chuhai nailed him with a big upper arm when he came off of there. Head into the turnbuckles. All right, that's the first minute. Number 3.
Number 3.
Frankie Lancaster.
Frankie Lancaster.
Frankie Lancaster grabs Hickerson.
You can just imagine in the arenas.
No, not yet, Glenn. Still early for that. He was here earlier.
Yeah. Right. It'd been in
He just now
trouble for
disappeared on me. I don't know what he's doing though. He's doing something.
Pretty good right now.
Working somewhere.
Fist.
Might be in
He will use
Texas.
the fist too.
Got the clock running.
Yes,
Some
I
kind
do.
of trade off.
3 of them in there right now.
Well, they're working together, but I'm not sure.
Double drop kick. Good move by Masters and Frankie Lancaster to put P.Y. Chuhai down. You can be eliminated in this by pin, by over the top rope, or by submission. And right now they are working on Hickerson, P.Y. Chuhai. Lancaster, Hickerson raked him across the eyes. Good move by Hickerson. Hickerson got Mike Masters too. Number 4.
Number 4 coming to the ring.
Action Jackson.
There's an Action Jackson. You called that one, Jack.
Boy, you sure do have some.
That's what I'm going for right now. Still got 2 more entries.
And Frankie Lancaster, no small wrestler himself. The smallest man in there is Mike Masters, and Action Jackson
lariat.
just took him down to the mat with a clothesline. Now
So
he
far, only
comes and
one
grabs,
real
Frankie
jobber.
Lancaster.
Mike Masters
Popped
here.
him with a right hand, head into the turnbuckles.
I mean,
Bill
Lancaster's
Hickerson over picks up
basically a
Mike
jobber.
Masters by the hair.
Just think, Dave, if that was 18 or 20 men in there, and every one of them had a foreign object and dressed with motorcycle helmets, football pads, or whatever, what a wild event it'd be.
All right.
That's true. You would eliminate
I actually wasn't
getting
picturing
hit at
that,
the
but
top
now
of
I
the head
am.
with the because they might, in fact, be wearing a football helmet or a motorcycle helmet or something like that. Hickerson with a big power slam drives Mike Masters to the mat. He gets a count of 1, 2, 3.
First
Mike
elimination.
Masters has been eliminated at 2:55.
We got two Hills working on Lancaster.
Number 5.
Number
5 is the Grappler who comes in. Wrestling under the mask, the Grappler.
Another jobber. We're going to get a good one at number 6. Give us one more good one.
Remember, it's every man.
Who are we going to get?
This is not a team of
Lord Humongous, probably.
The last man standing will be the winner, and today wins $2,000. Remember, as Eddie has said, they can have foreign objects with them. They can wear anything. They can bring anything, and they're able to use it at the arena. And at the arena, they're going to be going for 5 times as much money. They're going to be going for $10,000. You get a lot of serious things happening for that kind of money.
Not kidding. There'll be some damage put out, I'm telling you.
Frankie Lancaster being triple teamed actually here by the Grappler, B.Y. Too High and Action Jackson. Now they grab him from behind. Number 6. Oh!
I called that one.
Humongous.
Lord Humongous.
Humongous grabs the Grappler.
Oh! Whoa. Wearing red trunks this time. They don't blend as well with his gear. It looks like he's wearing red bloomers underneath his
Frankie Lancaster has been eliminated.
pest gear.
Hickerson was just eliminated.
Oh, that looks hilarious. Boom!
Jackson at 4:34.
He just kills this guy.
What, Humongous not taking any.
He is going to kill him. Oh shit, he's going to toss him.
Still got the Grappler in there.
Oh damn!
Up over his head, suspends him up there.
Okay.
Now just drops him. The crowd
Gonna do the
spin him around.
Cyclone toss.
Humongous picks him up on the shoulder.
God, the red trunks are killing me right now with the fucking strap going through his crack.
Goes with his version of that airplane.
Boom!
Helicopters him down to the mat.
No need for that mess.
1, 2, and 3. We've got ourselves
Nice
a winner
though.
here. At 5 minutes, 10 seconds of the mini version of the Cyclone Stampede, it's Lord Humongous. He doesn't stay around to celebrate. He just takes the victory and leaves.
Right, he'll get his 2,000. And just want to remind them, with all the top talent in the area be in the ring, 18 to 20 men, every man for himself, anything goes, and the winner get $10,000. I got to see it.
All right, Eddie. Mason-Dixon Connection will be involved in the Cyclone Stampede. Here's what they had to say about it.
All right, Renegade Cyclone Stampede. That's right. Wear anything, bring anything, and use anything. And I'm telling you, we're coming. $10,000 in grand.
Hello, wrestling fans. I'm Roger Webb with Championship Wrestling. The Sparks gonna fly this Wednesday in Owensboro, Kentucky at 8 p.m. at the Sports Center. Listen to this
we got
action.
left here? We still got about 10 minutes left. Make sure you come back next Tuesday night.
Dutch Mantel in the
Next
ring
Tuesday night. Next Sunday night. 6 Eastern.
Jeff Jarrett, their opponents, the Master.
Keep an eye out for random Saturday live streams that I may do. I kind of want to start fiddling with some more stuff maybe on Saturday nights.
Jeff Jarrett going to have an opportunity to get his hands on Roddy P. Gossett IV. A CWA tag title match. Robert Fuller with Brian Lee and Sylvia against the Mason-Dixon Connection. Then the big main event of the evening, a Renegade Cyclone Stampede match.
You don't have to worry about a Renegade Cyclone Stampede match. Let me tell you something, you rednecks out there. Get you a drink of water or caress your old lady one time. I'm talking to you, Jeff Jarrett. After my men get through with you, you still got to go through me. And this punch has put the king of wrestling, Jerry Lawler, down. This punch has put many other men down. I hate your guts. Intensive care won't even keep you out of that match. I'm going to beat your brains out. I'm going to suplex you. I'm going to pile drive you. I'm going to DDT you. Anything I want to do. Because you're mine in that town. No political connections can save you. No letting your daddy, letting your granddaddy step in will save you. I'm going to take care of you because you slapped me. You messed up my cosmetic surgery. I've got this face exactly the way I want it to be, and it's going to stay that way. Jeff Jarrett, you're going down. You just
Jack, I could see that.
You, I'll beat your sticking brains out.
Yeah.
Well, what can you say after a mess
Yeah, he's
like
mostly
that?
just
Jeff
comes off as
Jarrett will have
annoying.
plenty to say this Wednesday
Every once in a while he'll
Owensboro
hit a
on
line or
AT&T
something
there.
that kind of gets me, but it's very rare.
A couple of new faces on Championship Wrestling, or
Who we
should
got?
I say a new face and a new mask on CWA Championship Wrestling today. The Eliminator and Johnny Reb in the ring right now. Well,
Johnny Reb
competition coming up here.
in the Eliminator.
Master of Pain and PYQI don't envy the team of Johnny Reb and an Eliminator.
I tell you, of course, Master
Who
of
is
Pain.
Johnny
huge,
Reb?
And Hickerson weighs in. Speaking of weight, Ronnie P. Gossett coming out here. Master of Pain and P.Y. Chuhai's corner. How about the official intros?
Thank you, Dave.
This ain't Johnny
First of all,
Reb.
on my left, at a combined weight of 481 pounds, first of all,
No, it is Johnny Reb.
Johnny Reb, his partner.
This is literally his only match in Memphis. This is, according to, which, you know, this can be wrong, but he doesn't have another credit on Cage Match until 1993. He didn't. He only had 36 matches his entire career.
Slams, Eliminator hard on the back. And way up, drops down, and there's
Like, wrestling careers are so crazy. I love shit like that. He probably did more, but
Off the ropes. Oh boy, he hit the Master Pain like you would hit a brick wall. There's the tag on PYQI. The Eliminator over the second rope, flies out of the ring.
how did he get in this match? How did that happen?
He's got to get his 2 cents in. Jerry Calhoun, the referee's attention diverted to PYQI, and now Gossett gently, of course, helps him back to the ring. Eliminator now really being worked over by PYQI. The Eliminator now. Head slammed into that
Taker
top
coming in,
turnbuckle.
Master
There's
of
the
Pain,
tag on
Unified
the big
Champion.
guy, the Master of Pain. Bigfoot right in the midsection, double teaming at PYQI in the Master of Pain. Master of Pain picks the Eliminator up, slams him hard, backs him into the corner, whips him into the ropes. Oh, big clothesline. He just speared him with
it.
a count of 1, count of 2, 3.
Johnny Reb didn't even wrestle in this. Wow.
Well, they
I
had
mean,
no trouble at all with those guys.
Boy, I tell
Wow.
you, a team that size,
he
you've
literally
got
did
to,
nothing, but he
you
has a
gotta
credit
consider him
on
a
Cage
favorite
Match for
every
this
time they
match.
step in there. Certainly the case
What the
here today.
fuck? So weird.
Johnny Reb never even was able to get in. We never saw him.
All right. Well, I tell you what, Ronnie P. Gossett out here, the Master of Pain, of course, involved in the victory in the match there. They have some comments about the Cyclone Stampede. Here's what they had to say.
Renegade Cyclone Stampede. I can hardly wait. $10,000 for Ronnie Gossett IV. I can use the money for a lot of things. The competition, action, fierce.
The competition. What are you talking about,
That
Daniel?
last look at Robert
Like,
Fuller.
from
What
which
will the
game?
Leave Town match coming up.
I know you enjoy saying that very much. I know how you feel, and I know how you commentate about me, and I know there's nothing you'd like more, or you probably figure you're going to save your job some way if you see Jimmy Golden beat me and run me out of here, because you know as well as I do, I'm about to take over this Jarrett operation. CWA is coming my way. Now, Eddie Marlin thinks, and now, Eddie Marlin, you thinking, man, that's a bad deal in the first place. But you're thinking we're going to go out with Mason Dixon and defend these titles, baby, and we're going to lose them, and then I'm going to go back with Jimmy Golden, and your problems are going to be solved. Let me tell you something, Mr. Hotshot. First of all,
Mr. Hotshot.
nobody beats the Tennessee Stud. Not nobody in the land. And as far as I got my man here, when I decide I'm going to be tag partners with a man, I decide now in the right way. And I decide that we're going to win the titles, then I'm going to decide we're going to keep them. The partner I had before this one right here was a stinking, low-down, good-for-nothing piece of garbage that I carried up and down these roads. When we got to the building, I might as well have put him on my back instead of a tag team partner and carried him in that ring and all around. I'm talking about Jimmy Golden, a stinking family turncoat that come out here trying to
We still got a little time left in the show. Send out Fuller.
that I've been out
He'll
here
eat it.
lying. Well, I'm going to tell you something, Golden. You get out here and you tell these people how tough you are. We're going to give you your opportunity to show them how tough you are. Eddie Marlin, I want you to get a front row seat. I want you to be sitting right there. I want you to see us eat Mason Dixon's lunch. Walk a hole in their body, baby. And then I want you to sit right there, because the next thing I'm going to show you is my own family. Jimmy Golden, my turncoat cousin. I'm going to show you how to whoop him, baby. How to get a mud hole in him good and deep. And then I'm going to walk that one dry. And then after that's over, I'm going in that Cyclone
He does have some
Stampede.
fucked up bangs, primetime Brian Lee, doesn't he?
Because we win the $10,000.
Good Lord.
The stable's going on the darndest party you ever saw. We'll spend it all in one night. But the one thing I want you to know is this mouth right here that y'all say flops so bad now, it's got a long set of teeth in it, Daddy. And there's going to be some batting going on
He can
next
roll,
week.
dude.
We're going to win everything. We're going from the bottom right to the top. And I'm guaranteeing you someday, Brown, you're going to see me. And when you do, you remember something for me, and you remember to go to Eddie Marlin, and you ask him, how you expect me, Mr. Marlin, to keep my job when Robert Fuller takes over? Because I'm getting rid of every one of you rats, and it ain't too long before I do it.
Well, you got to beat them in a ring first. Let me tell you about it. They do have the CWA tag titles. Robert Fuller and Brian Lee with Sylvia. Sylvia, of course, involved here today in the way that they retained those CWA tag team titles.
Wasn't impressed with this dude.
Let's just take a kind of a look at the way things went today here on CWA Wrestling.
Well, first of all, we had the Detroit Demolition in the ring against Chris Frazier, and he put that Japanese sleeper on him, and his lights were out real
Japanese
sleeper. Took less than a minute, as a matter of fact, after Jeff Jarrett had won his match against Keith Eric earlier.
And then we had, it was a CWA Tag Team Championship match. Of course, the current holders, I don't like it, but they got the belts.
They got them, you're right.
That's Fuller and Lee, of course, at ringside, Sylvia. Mason Dixon Connection, Tracy Smothers, and Brian Lee in the ring. And not Brian Lee, excuse me, John Paul.
John Paul,
and,
right.
And they gave it a good shot. In fact, they had everything going their way, and then we saw a little interference.
Exactly. I think Tracy and John Paul were perhaps determined that they were going to take the belts right here today on TV and prove again to the fans, as if they had to, that they are championship wrestlers. But unfortunately, Sylvia jumped in there with that kendo stick.
As usual. I don't think she could sit in the chair if she had to.
I think you're right.
Then we moved on, and what a crazy thing this was, this Renegade Cyclone Stampede. And I've never seen anything like it, but I like it.
I tell you, it's a wild one, no doubt about it. That one was won, of course, by Humongous.
On the big Humongous. And boy, when he came in, he cleared it out quick. Of course, you saw Action Jackson in there, P.Y. Chuhai, and the good thing about that, you never can tell who you're going to have in there. You know, they're double teaming
That's true.
each other for a while.
Look out at the arenas around the way. And, of course, in the main event was 3 straight falls for P.Y. Chuhai and the Master of Pain. Roger, we've talked ourselves out of time here and had Action out of time, too. We'll be back with you next week for more of the same. For Roger Webb, I'm Dave Brown. So long, everybody.
Webb's like, I wasn't done, you son of a bitch. I can let myself go. He's doing it for me. All right, next week. That's 2 more episodes in the books. We're into May now. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going into May the 20th and then May the 27th here in the next week. So, yeah, next week, Sunday, July 6th, Sunday, 6 Eastern. Come back through. We're going to be watching some more CWA. And again, like I said, keep an eye out for Saturdays. You never know. Make sure you're subbed up. Make sure the bell is clicked so you get notified. But also, here's my new video. Just hit 10,000 views on this video. I'm trying to keep it going in the algorithm. If you could go check it out if you have not, I'd appreciate it. It's a brand new video. It's called Scandals That Killed WWF and WCW 90s Hall of Fames. If you guys could give that a watchkey, check it out. Hit the like. I'd appreciate it. But everyone that came through here, again, awesome Sunday. Had a lot of fun watching this week as we continue to grow. No Dundee. I'm looking for the brother count. Really heavy. No Lawler within these 2 episodes, which is unusual. Also, even though he's injured right now. But a lot of Jarrett. A lot of Jarrett on this. A lot of Sid. A lot of Taker. Kerry coming out was the most exciting thing. That was interesting. That was really cool. That was actually really sweet. But all right, yeah, love you guys. Thank you all so much. Have a great week. Go watch that video that I just put in the chat right there. New video from Wrestle Plunge. Give it a like. Give it a comment. That really helps me out, guys. Boom. Have a great week. Let's go.